Raise your hands if you ever failed at something. When was the last time it happened? And thinking about it now, how do you feel? Shame?
No.
Guilt?
No.
Or regret?
Regret.
Thankful.
Perfect. Because for me, the last time that I failed was actually last week. I set up a challenge to wake up at 5 a.m. for 30 days straight. If you follow my Instagram, you will know I posted some pictures about it. And my initial speech topic is to report the experience and tell how it has changed my productivity game. But I failed it. I did not manage to wake up at 5 a.m. for 30 days straight. But thinking about it now, I feel grateful. I'm glad that I did not succeed in the experience because I have learned so much about habit building in the last 4 weeks. So when I tell a friend that, okay, I'm going to speak about this challenge today, my friend asked me, aren't you afraid that people will judge you because you failed? And that sentence kept me thinking for a while. And finally, I decided to change the whole speech topic. So I really feel you hard. It's not that easy. So today I'm gonna talk about failures. My apologies if you expect something else based on the title, but it's gonna be about failures. Now, we live in a society that favors the successful. We often hear the success stories, the one who have it all. But what we don't often hear is the failure stories, right? The stories that are told with pride and compassion. And more importantly, I think some of us, we don't really know how to cope with our own failures and how to communicate and how to receive others' failures. We dig our failures as deep as possible so that when we present ourselves to the world, all remain is shiny and perfect. We don't want to experience those negative emotions. So when we face failures, what do? We just say, well, I do it better next time. And when next time comes, we make exactly the same mistakes again. And we also avoid talking about it with others. I remember I attended a case competition, and our group did not win at that time. So when we met again to say goodbye, all we said was, great job, we did our best. But you know what? We did not even look at each other in the eyes because we knew it, that deep down, there are so many things that we did it wrong. But we did not dare to voice it up. But don't worry. These issues does not only happen in an individual level, but also corporate. There's a study done by INSEAD and Aalto University which indicates that Nokia collapsed because the managers were so fearful to tell the truth, that their strategy was not correct, that there were problems. I strongly believe that avoidance is not the way to deal with failures. Learning from our mistakes will make us rise stronger and wiser than before. I think we all know that. But the question here is how to deal with failures in the correct way. It's always the how, right? Failure is just a part of the human experience, but the way that we respond to it really affects our psychological and mental health being. To me personally, the first thing is to do your inner work. Really, just have a heart-to-heart conversation with our failures. Sit down and write everything in a journal if you like it. Try to ask as many questions as you can to really know the root cause of the problem. It sounds so easy, but I bet that not many of us do this, that really face our failures directly. And while we're reflecting on our failures, we will be likely to feel shame. Okay. The one with the black background with the word shame. Yeah, I'm looking for that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we will likely to experience the feeling of shame and guilt. And there's a book by Brené Brown in which she discussed the distinction of the two terms, shame and guilt. Sometimes we use them interchangeably, but actually they are very different. So shame focuses on the self. So I am bad. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. We don't need to switch it. Yeah, that's fine. So shame focuses on self, that I am bad. But guilt focuses on the behavior. I have done something bad. And the difference is so crucial because shame makes us feel like that we're not capable, that we're not worthy. But guilt, on the other hand, makes us step back and observe the situation. So when we focus on the behaviors, we're likely to change it. I have the perfect example because I just failed the carhood test. You all know that, right? Instead of me saying that I'm just stupid, I will never win any prize, yeah, which is very true, I focus on the behavior, meaning that, oh, I answered the last question wrong. I just reacted too fast. I should slow it down instead. I hope you see the difference. Changing your inner dialogue from self to behavior is extremely important. If you only remember one thing from my speech, that is it. Change your inner dialogue from self to behavior. So the next time, if you ever experience failure or mistake, instead of blaming yourself that I'm stupid, I'm bad, I'm so fat, try to reverse it to the behavior. Oh, it was bad of me to eat that chips. I will need to fix it next time. Oh, it was bad of me that I stayed up so late that I didn't have time to sleep and wake up at 5 a.m. as I was supposed to. Because behaviors is much easier to change than our identity. And to all the audience out there, watch out. All the I am sentences that you are saying to yourself daily. And please make sure that it is positive. What you think of yourself should be positive. That is on the individual level. But as a society, I also think that we should embrace and rethink failure. We all know an idiom in Vietnamese saying that failure is the mother of success, right? Meaning it should be something good. But in reality, think about it. When someone fails, we would say, oh, I thought he'd be better than that. We show disappointment or even pressure when others failed. And I think we can all do better than that. When my friend asked me if I'm going to be afraid because people were going to judge me, actually I was. I was afraid. I was afraid that you would tell me that that I am incapable that I'm not disciplined enough. Well, it's just waking up at 5, right? It's not building a business, and I couldn't do it. So what could I do then? But then I think again, and I think that if I can stand here, present myself, and being completely honest with all of you, and admit that I failed, maybe some of you would also open up and share your stories with others in a way that we will build a community that is more compassionate and more supporting to each other. And we're not going to judge the abilities by our mistakes anymore. Talking about the 5 a.m. challenge, actually I'm so proud because I tried. I think, well, not all mistakes are created the same way, but I believe that most of us, we failed because we tried something outside of our comfort zone. And that should be appreciated. I've never waken up at 5 a.m. for that long in my life, and I'm completely proud of it. My friend, she did not succeed in her first restaurant because she was so new at that industry. But she's not a loser, obviously. She just needs some time to learn and to do it again. Really reflect on how you respond to your failures and to others' failures. Because at least for myself, I have learned so much just from my friend's sentence. Yeah, will people judge me? Yeah, I was scared for a minute or so. But then I think that, well, I know why I failed. I know what I should do next. So I'm here completely confident to tell about my failures. We can always discuss in the networking event what I've learned. But I encourage you today in the networking session, try to share a failure story to your friends and see what he or she responds. Because I strongly believe that if every one of us opens up ourselves, being vulnerable, our society will be much more supportive. I would like to close my speech today with my favorite quote from John Maxwell. That is, fail early, fail often, but always fail forward. My name is Mi. Thank you very much.